Hello everyone, my name is Todd Olsen and my nickname from 5th grade was Oats, and I have a band and so I call the band Oats. At any rate, this is Pedalboard build conclusion, finale, I don't know what to call it. But anyway, you guys might have seen one of my other Pedalboard build or update videos, and I just wanted to give a final thing. Now this won't be the absolute final thing because I'll probably have a few little icing to put on the cake, but I will do that. I'm gonna have a video on our in-ear monitor system when we get that all ready, and when I do that video, then I'll do the icing on the cake of this one. But I just wanted to show you how my dual pedal boards worked out. So down here, what we have is a pedal board for my right foot and a pedal board for my left foot, because I am the singer in my band. And so like if I am at the microphone, I'm playing guitar, and I go to step on a pedal, I can't look down to do it. And so it's good to have them right where my feet kind of go. And you guys might remember, or I will say that I was using a bunch of mini pedals before, like this size right here. And that really didn't work out for me because not looking at the pedal board, but trying to step on the right pedal, I kept on stepping on the wrong thing. So I'll just go through this pedal board with you, and that's why I kind of have changed back to regular size pedals for the most part, although I do have a couple mini pedals still, and I like them. I think they're cool. But anyway, over here we have a tuner, and then I got this loop in here, and this probably won't stay because it loops to my big muff pedal and back, and then it comes to this pedal, which is a knockoff of a Timmy, and I'd like to get a real Timmy at some point. And then this one is like a JTM 45 Marshall kind of sound. It's called Dark Matter by TC Electronics. And then over here is a Shredmaster, which is like a, I don't know, more of a JCM 800 type of sound. Now how this seems to work best with the big muff, it seems to do really well to stack the big muff on top of these pedals, like after them. And so I'll probably get rid of this and just put that one in line. And then I'm going to use this for this space up here. Eventually I'm going to have a reverse reverb with a fuzz. And I'll use the loop for that to keep it, so I can keep them both on at the same time and then just clicking on and off. So anyway, that's a loop pedal, and it just loops out to the big muff and back. But eventually, like I said, I'll have final two pedals, and that'll do it up. Now over here, this box right here is my in-ear wireless. I mean, not wireless, wired, in-ear wired. And so I have a wire running from, it's like a headphone monitor. I have a wire running from here over to my in-ears, and you can see, so when I'm playing I have two cables, one guitar cable and then one for my in-ears, and I'll probably braid that up or something at some point. And you know, if we do well, then we'll move up to wireless eventually, and I will update you on that, because I'm going to put together a in-ear rack. And like I said, I'll go over the in-ear situation in another video. Okay, now coming out from the Shredmaster goes over to the other pedal board. And here I have a boost pedal and a buffer pedal. Now this, very important. I did not know it was very important, but with this many pedals, your sound gets dull if you don't put a buffer in there. So I got a nice buffer, a cheap buffer. And then I did not know that I needed this, but I did need it. And this is an ABY pedal. And what happens is, comes in here, goes through the buffer, and then out from the buffer into the ABY pedal, and then out from the ABY pedal comes two things, the B and the Y, I guess you would say. And it's like ABY, it can be A or B or both. So coming in one signal and then going out two signals. And it has ground lift and whatnot. And I just leave this set, and what happens is coming out of from there, like this, from this point, like I've got only drives and boost and buffer, and then it goes out from here with that dry signal out to my AC30. And that's my amp that's in the middle. You see that? And that's my dry amp. Okay? And then out of the other side of this pedal, ABY pedal, it goes into my wet effects. I have a flanger, analog delay. This is a very big reverb. And then this is a switch pedal for this, and this is a Boss digital delay, DD500. And this kind of changes the programs of this pedal. So that's not really an effect. And the reason I got this one is because it does, you can have separate delay for the left and the right, and I'm going to show you that, okay? And then out of their stereo into this reverb pedal, which is also stereo, and this is called a dual reverb, and so you could have like a different reverb on the left and different on the right. So you see my thinking was I could have different delays on left and right, different reverb on left and right. And the reason I want that is because I'm coming out of the wet side from the ABY pedal, and coming out like it from this reverb into this delay, then it splits into stereo. So I'm coming out and going stereo, and what happens is one side of that goes to my AC10, and you guys see my Christmas lights I got up for you. But one side of that stereo signal goes to my AC10. The other side goes to this little Pathfinder amp, a Vox Pathfinder, and I have already bought a Vox AC4 that's going to go right there, because the Pathfinder is solid state, and I just like the sound of tube amps, and I think it'll be just, you know, every little bit better. And then you guys see my my knockoff Les Paul double cutaway. It's called a Firefly, and it's a cheap guitar, but I'm going to mod it. What I'm going to do with that is I basically only use the bridge position, so I'm going to get a real Gibson P90 and put it in the bridge. And then I also want to put a Bigsby on this, because I really like Bigsby's, and I've had a Gretsch with a Bigsby on it and just love them. So anyway, so coming out of the stereo effects, one side going to AC10, the other side is going to go to, when it gets here, the AC4. And those are wet, so they get reverb, delays, and there are effects in these pedals, in some of these pedals that pan back and forth. Like in the reverb pedal, they have this thing called Tide, and it kind of slowly pans you back and forth. And so then I have 3 amps, the outside 2 are stereo. They are the wet amps, so it's wet, dry, wet. And so it gets 3 mics, and you send 3 mics to the front of house or to your monitors or whatever. And then what happens is you have that in stereo if needed, and then also if the sound is too wet, then you just pull up the center mic, which is the dry amp, or if it needs more effects, Then you pull up the outside mics, which are the stereo wet effects amps. So anyway, that's the final thing. That's kind of how it turned out. And the reason why, just being my unique circumstances with singing, playing guitar, and trying to switch these effects all at the same time. And then also we go on stereo, just something that I really wanted to try and really love it now. I just think it sounds really big and huge. So very happy with this setup, and I'm pretty much done. Like I said, I got a couple small things left to do, but I'm not going to come back for another pedalboard build video. I think this kind of shows what I've done, and hopefully it's helpful to you guys as you're trying to, you saw all the different iterations that I went through with my updates and whatnot. So maybe that helps, like in your situation, it helps you to know what you want to do. At any rate, my name is Oats, and I'll put links in the description if you would like to support the Oats band, or if you would like to hear our music or anything like that. I'll make sure to link it up. And we will see you guys online. I'll talk to you soon.